Sorry for the interruption. I had somebody at my door that I had to answer real quick. So let's see. We've got a particular cleaning solution. The ratio is 3 to 40. How many cups? New concentrated solution should be added to 5 gallons. So let's see. We've got some conversions here to convert from cups to gallons. Although, I mean, that seems more complicated than it needs to be. In 5 gallons, there are 16 cups per 1 gallon. So if we multiply that by 16, 5 times 16 is 80 cups. The ratio says it should be 3 to 40. So let's see, if I divide by 40, that would give me 2 cups. But I need 3 for every 40, so I'll multiply that by 3. And that would give me 6. So that should be G. Okay. Let f of t equal 7e3t plus 1, closest to the value of f of 5. Okay, so, I mean, we should be able to just do this on our calculator. If we put in your calculator 7e to the power of 3 and then put in 5, because that's what it says to do is f of 5, plus 1. I'm just going to put that on my calculator. So I've got 7e to the power of 3 times 5 plus 1, and it gives me 228831122. So looks like I got to put it in scientific notation. I mean, it should be relatively straightforward. We got to move the decimal. Here we had a decimal 0.61. Got to move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So that's going to give me 2 point something times 10 to the power of 7, which is this right here. Let's see. Which one of the following expresses this in radians? Okay, radians is not something I'm super strong with. So let's see. 40 degrees in radians. 40 degrees out of 360 degrees of a circle should be 1/9. And I believe a circle should be 2 pi. So if I multiply those together, I believe it should be 2 pi over 9. I know that's not much of an explanation, but I believe that's the right answer. If you want a stronger explanation about that, I can give it to you in person. Again, this is just kind of my raw attempt at this test. Let the function f be defined as f of x equals negative 9x squared in the standard xy coordinate plane. The graph of Legos transformation such the result of the graph is f of x minus 4. All right, so we've done this before. If the graph is moved down 4, well, it has a minus 4. I guess I already told you what that is. Then that's going to be shifted down 4. So 25 should be A. For all positive values of a, b, c, d, and blah, 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 which of the following is equal to b? So we've got 1/2 a b squared plus c equals d, and our goal is to get b equals whatever. So we can start moving things over. Let's subtract c first. That'd be 1/2 ab squared equals d minus c. Then I could multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of the fraction if I wanted to. So I could then do maybe, well, it looks like we got maybe some parentheses here, so we'll just cancel that out. Give me a b squared equals 2 d minus c. Then I would need to divide by a to cancel that out. So that would give me b squared equals 2 times d minus c over a. And then take the square root of both sides. So this right here is what I'm looking for, which is this one. All right, on trip just counted 1,430 vehicles. Divided the vehicles into cars, trucks, and other. Load the color of each as white, black, red, or other. As shown on the table. What is the probability that a randomly selected truck is black? So let's see. Randomly selected truck. So we're only looking at the trucks. We want to know how many basically are black out of the total. So it should be B. Unless we can simplify it at all, but I think it should just be B. Yeah, that looks good. Because 31 is prime. So 28. The regular hexagon is inscribed in a circle with diameter of 18 inches shown. What is the perimeter in inches of the hexagon? Let's see. I'm sure there's probably a better way of doing this. Oh, okay, there we go. So if this is 18 inches with a diameter, then the radius would be 9. Because it's a regular hexagon, regular means basically all sides are equal, and so that all of the sides of this triangle are 9, which means that, for all of these triangles that we could draw, they will all be 9. And so it's just 6 times 9. So this would be F. Tanya earns $34,000 in her first year at a job. She is given a raise of the same dollar amount each year, resulting in her earning $38,080 in the 4th year at the job. What is the total of Tanya's earnings during her 4 years at the job? Let's see. So let's see. She earned $34,000 her first year. She earned $38,080 her 4th year. She got the same raise between these kind of increments. So we've got 3 raises where the difference between these two is $4,080. So if I take that divided by 3, that means that each year she got a raise of 1,360. So then in the second year, she would have had to have gotten 35,360. And then in the next year, another 1,360 would be 36,720. We can add them all together. 34,000 plus 35,360 plus 37,720 plus 38,080 should be 144,160. Okay. In the standard XY, how many points are both 5 coordinates from the origin and also 2 units from the line y equals 0? So let's see. 5 coordinate units from the origin, 2 coordinate units from the line y equals 0. So let's see. Y equals 0 is the x-axis. So it needs to be 2, it could be like 2 or 5, 2. That'd be 5 from the origin and then 2 from y equals 0. Or I suppose it could be 2, 5. Honestly, I am not sure about this one. How many are both 5 coordinates units and also 2 coordinate units from the line y equals 0? Oh, these ones are obviously not 2 from the line y equals 0. So then it could be 5, 2, 5, negative 2. This would be negative 5, 2, and then negative 5, negative 2 would be down here. So there are 4, I believe. Let's see. In triangle ABC, if the measure is if the measure of angle A is less than the measure of angle B, and the measure of angle B is less than the measure of angle C, what is the correct ordering of the side lengths from greatest to least? So let's see. A is less than B, and B is less than C. Oh, the side lengths. Okay. So let's say I've got a triangle. I've got A, B, and C. If angle A is the smallest, then this would have to be the smallest side. And then if angle C is the biggest, then this would have to be the biggest side, because the angles affect the side opposite of them. So then BC would have to be the smallest, so it's gonna be one of these. AB would have to be the biggest, so it should be C. Okay, so there's actually 4 kinds of pies in the bakery: apple, pecan, coconut cream, peach. One of the pies you sold on Thursday. 4th were apple, half a pecan, 24. Okay. Let's see. How many total pies? So half of the pies were pecan. 1/4 of them were apple. So that leaves only 1/4 left for the total of these together. So 1/4 of the total is 32. So if I multiply both sides by 4, that would tell me that the total amount of pies was 128. And I want to know how many total pies. There we go. 128. In a certain quadrilateral, 2 opposite angles each measure 3x plus 5. The other 2 opposite angles each measure x plus 3. What is the value of x? So in a quadrilateral, the number of, like, the total angles, or total degrees, is essentially 180 times the number of sides minus 2. So in this case, the number of sides is 4. So that's 180 times 2, which is 360. So it's 360 total degrees. If we've got this shape where we've got 2 opposite angles that are 3x plus 5, and then 2 other angles that are x plus 3, we could add them all together. So let's see, 3x plus x plus 3x plus x, that would be 8x. 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 would be 16, should equal 360. 360 minus 16 is 344, divided by 8 is 43. So x should equal 43, and that's what we want to know, is what is the value of x. Okay, first 4 terms of sequence are shown in the table. Sequence is defined a equals 2. What is the 6th term of the sequence? Okay, A1 is 2, and then the next one is we take the previous one plus the previous one squared. No, plus the current one minus 1 squared. So we take, let's see. For example, we got 16 by taking 7 plus 4 minus 1 squared. 7 plus 3 squared would be 7 plus 9 was 16. So then, let's see, to get the next one, we would take 16 plus 5 minus 1 squared. 16 plus 4 squared would be 32, because 16 plus 16 is 32. So then we take that 32 plus 6 minus 1 squared. 32 plus 5 squared would be 32 plus 25, which would be 57. So it should be G. Alrighty, on the real number line, how many integers are between negative 65 over 6 and 75 over 2? Well, let's see, we can put that in our calculator. Negative 65 over 6 should be a little bit over, like negative 10 point something. So negative 10.83 is what it says. And then 75 over 2 should be like 37 point something, 37.5, obviously because it's half. So then how many numbers are in between those? We would have -10, -9, etc., all the way through 36 and then 37. So that should be 48, I believe. So we'd have -10 with the negative numbers, then the number 0, and then 37 positive numbers. So that would be 48 total numbers. Okay, I need to go to a meeting at 9:30, so we will have to resume this perhaps at a later time.